So in the lead up to Doctor Who Day, Big Finish had a couple of news items. The first, and one of the most important ones, is that they were having some big price reductions on 100 Big Finish titles. From last week, Big Finish is permanently reducing the prices of numerous audiobook and audio dramas across a dozen ranges. 100 titles, including, but not limited to, Series 7 and 8 of Jago and Lightfoot, the first 4 series of Countermeasures, a lot of the Fourth Doctor adventures, all 6 titles in the first series of the Fourth Doctor adventures, a lot of the Eighth Doctor adventures, including Dark Eyes, and also the complete first run of the Lucy Miller adventures starring Sheridan Smith, that has had a permanent price reduction. Doctor Who The Lost Stories, the first 2 series with Colin Baker and Sylvester McCoy, those have now dropped in price. The 3 Lost Stories box set as well, with the Fourth Doctor and the First Doctor and the Second Doctor, those have had a price drop. The 12 stories in Series 5 of the Companion Chronicles, Captain Scarlet and the Mysterons, The Avengers, Blake 7, and a couple of audiobooks as well. So if you've been waiting for, I think a lot of people have mainly been waiting for the Lucy Miller Adventures range to drop in price, because these have been out for approaching 20 years, but they have been a little bit on the expensive side. But now these are basically just under £5 a piece, so they are much more accessible and much more easier and much better to get a hold of. Oh, Dark Eyes for cheaper, that's neat. Yeah, let's take a look at how at the price of Dark Eyes as well real quick. Dark Eyes, the bundle. Yeah, so you can get a bundle, but how much are they independently? Dark Eyes 1, $19.99, so they're still a bit pricey, but this is like the permanent sale price now. I imagine they'll still do deals and discounts in the near future where this price will drop even further. But, you know, for now, if you've been waiting to get Dark Eyes, then now seems like a pretty good time to do so, especially if you are now trying to get all caught up with the Eighth Doctor adventures. Now that he's got his own adventure range now, which we talked about in the last live stream, and we've got another set coming out next month. We also got news that Scott Handcock is going to be the script editor for the next run of Doctor Who at Bad Wolf with Russell T Davies. However, that means that he will no longer be working at Big Finish, and one of his pet projects over the past couple of years has been the War Master stories with Derek Jacobi. So this news article came out yesterday. Derek Jacobi stars as the Time War incarnation of the Master in 3 more box sets of Explosive Forecast audio adventures, concluding an epic story arc from Big Finish Productions. So Robert Valentine is going to be taking over the range of the War Master. However, the War Master will face solitary confinement in June 2023, Rogue Encounters in December 2023, and Future Phantoms in December 2024. And also, the chat's gone. There we go. Sorry, I forgot to bring you back. I apologise. So Scott Handcock, script editor, producer and director, says, "I've absolutely loved bringing the War Master back to life at Big Finish. Not only do I love the character, but the opportunity to work with Derek has been a highlight of my career. We've thrown him into so many strange and varied situations, and we've got a great many to come." So after December 2024, which is literally over 2 years from now, Robert Valentine is going to be taking over the War Master range. So fear not, folks, we're going to be getting a lot more War Master in the coming years. But let's talk about the big news that dropped on Doctor Who Day, a Diamond Doctor Who audio special. "There will never come a time when we don't need a hero like the Doctor," a quote from Stephen Moffat. "Since landing in 1963, Doctor Who has made history as the world's longest-running action-adventure TV show. As we head into the anniversary year, it's time to revisit the past and commemorate the legacy of those who came before. The Time War, the Doctor has been injured and brought to a Time Lord field hospital. His body glows with energy, but this is no regeneration into a future form. Instead, the Doctor's past faces begin to appear as he flits haphazardly between incarnations. Staggering to his TARDIS, the Doctor sets out to solve the mystery of his degeneration. Who has done this to him? How and why? From the Earth to the stars, across an array of familiar times and places, he follows clues to retrace his steps, encountering old friends and enemies along the way. Tumbling through his lives, the Doctor must stop his degeneration before he loses himself completely." Doctor Who, Once and Future, stars Tom Baker, Peter Davison, Colin Baker, Sylvester McCoy, Paul McGann, Christopher Eccleston, and David Tennant, with dozens more guest casts still to be revealed. Producer David Richardson says, An astonishing array of talent has come aboard to be a part of this epic 8-hour anniversary story. It's a huge Doctor Who party and a massive celebration that has been years in the making. The series will be released monthly, with the first 7 parts materialising between May and October 2023, and a final coda in November 2024? I don't know if that's a typo or not, but it says 2024. Doctor Who fans worldwide can now pre-order the bundle of all 8 audio adventures on special edition CD or download, or digital download only, exclusively here. The CD bundle is strictly limited to just 3,000 pressings and includes numbered CDs, special bonus artwork and additional audio content, including music suites and extensive behind-the-scenes interviews. All 8 stories can be pre-ordered separately. However, if you go onto the bundle, you can actually get the names of all 8 of the stories. So, from 1 to 8, Past Lives, The Artist at the End of Time, A Genius for War, Two's Company, The Martian Invasion of Planetoid 50, Time Lord Immemorial, The Union, and Coda: The Final Act. We don't know who's doing the music or who's directing or any cover art or anything. According to this, the duration of each story is going to be 60 minutes. So we've got 8-hour-long stories. It's going to be produced by David Richardson, producers Jason Haigh, Ellery, and Nicholas Briggs, of course, and you can pre-order these. If you go to the final act, it is November 2024, according to the Big Finish website. So it might not be a typo. I think we need clarification on that one. Either way, you can pre-order Once and Future as CD or digital download. There was a trailer, but it was just the TARDIS going through the logo, and there was no audio or any voice clips or anything. What has been pointed out, though, is that I'm assuming that there's no proper crossover between the Doctor actors. There will probably just be standalone stories with very minimal interaction between the incarnations, except maybe at the very, very end. But, this could be Christopher Eccleston's very first multi-Doctor story. Now, the Ninth Doctor has done multi-Doctor stories previously in Time Lord Victorious, in All Flesh is Grass, and also Supremacy of the Cybermen, just to name 2. However, Christopher Eccleston himself obviously has not been involved in those projects, so this could be the very first time Christopher Eccleston does a multi-Doctor story, which would be quite exciting. 7 actors, 8 episodes. I've got a feeling that maybe Jonathan Carley as the War Doctor might have some role here, or maybe Tim Treloar or David Troughton or Stephen Noonan as their respective incarnations of the Doctors as well. We know that Stephen Noonan is doing more for the first Doctor as well. We know that David Troughton has got more Season 6B Beyond Wargame stories, etc. However, when you want to try and sell this upcoming set of stories, you want to put the actual original Doctor actors front and centre. So it makes sense that when they say with dozen more guest cast still to be revealed, I would be willing to bet that you will be getting more companions and more impersonator Doctors, such as Jonathan Carley, Tim Treloar, maybe even David Bradley, as Callum Stack says in the chat as well. But I think it's more likely to be Stephen Noonan.